Hi and welcome to another episode of Camposol Through Time. This week we're looking even further back in time than normal because we're talking geology. And with me in the studio is our very own historian and time traveller, Antonio Hernandez Benitez. Hi Antonio.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine.
Big subject, geology.
Yes.
It's pretty much everything.
And
And it goes back a long way as well, doesn't it?
Oh yes, long time.
This area is known to have quite a lot of geological variety,
Yes,
but also geological activity, even to this day.
Exactly.
So, what makes this area so sort of active?
Well, we are talking about the tectonic, first of all, about the tectonic of plates. We are in the middle of Europe and Africa plates. We are actually, it's a small plate called Alborán Sea plate. Okay, and this is the reason why we are continuously moving. Okay, so this means as well there will be plenty of hot points all around Murcia region where you can find hot springs, or you can find as well minerals, or you can find even old volcanoes, or even like volcanic minerals and so on.
And this is the actual tectonic plates rubbing against each other, moving through time.
Exactly.
And this is earthquakes. This is where we get earthquakes from.
Yeah, for sure. That's why as well we got the earthquakes and so on, and different tremors. We have an average of 3 tremors a day here in Murcia region, lower than 2 points actually.
Right, so 2 points, you probably can't feel that much.
Oh, yes.
You can still feel them?
Sometimes, I mean, majority of them, you cannot even feel it because the minute that you are moving, for instance, you're just walking, if it's a small tremor, you don't even feel it, okay? But there are continuously different tremors, continuously in this area.
Now, if there's continuous little tremors, there's less likely to be one big one. Is that right?
In theory, yes.
In theory?
In theory, yes. I mean, the last one that we got, it was actually in Lorca City. I think it was over 10 years ago. But actually, the oldest one in this area registered, it was actually over 100 years ago, or 150 years ago. It was actually in Torrevieja, which it was around 7 points, which actually destroyed majority of the town and even generate like a small tsunami.
That's a very, very big one, isn't it? The one in Lorca was 5, was it?
Around 5.
5, yes. But that happened in a strange way because there was two
different earthquakes in less than 1 or 2 hours. Okay, that's why they was.
So how did that affect the city?
Well, basically a quarter part of the city was nearly destroyed. Okay, or they were seriously damaged, and they have to destroy and demolish in the houses. Okay, that's why it was quite damaged the town.
So because the first one cracked the buildings.
Yes, and then the other one, it was the one who destroyed the building or actually damaged the whole structure of the building.
I mean, there's still evidence of that now up in the castle. We've been up to the castle, and on the side of one of the towers, the tower I think is nearest to the tunnels, you can see where it's been fallen away, and apparently that was done in the earthquake, and they've secured it, so it's safe now.
Yeah,
but
sure.
That was done during the earthquake.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, here on Camposol, for instance, that day we didn't feel it so much. Okay, but for instance, that day I remember I was in Murcia City, and I remember I was in a petrol station, and I saw my car moving. You know, and I thought, what's going on? You know, and then I realized, oh, it's a earthquake. You know, it was probably in Murcia City was around 3 points.
Is that going down as you sort of head southwest from Murcia or west from Murcia towards past Salamanca into Lorca? Is that part of the fault there? Does the fault run down that line?
Basically, it's following like Sierra Espuña mountain and Carrascoy mountain, both mountains. It's actually part of this valley.
This movement of the two plates. Right, I see. Now, with that, when you've got sort of tectonic activity, like you said earlier, that you can actually get volcanoes because it's sort of,
as well,
you're looking at the Earth's crust and it's got a gap in it, essentially.
Exactly.
So you can get volcanoes or hot spots, you mentioned, to start with.
For instance, talking about volcanoes in the area where you can find more, actually is the Mar Menor. Every single little island that you can see in the Mar Menor, and as well in the other side of La Manga, is actually an old volcano or volcanic mountain.
Right.
The near ones that we have around Camposol is actually in Country Club. All the hills, all the mountains over there, actually they are volcanic mountains.
Right.
And as well, you have different hot points actually where you can actually get hot springs. Like one of them is actually El Saladillo. It's actually Camposol.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to it myself. I've had a look on Google Earth and I've heard a lot about it. But they've actually got a hot spring where they've built a concrete sort of circle around it. What was that for?
Basically, I mean, it was to keep people away from the danger, no? Because actually there was a farmer digging a big hole trying to find water, and actually part of the structure of the top of the hill collapsed, and you can see even the gas actually going up, and they decided to make this circle of concrete with a pipe to get this hot spring water going straight away to the Rambla. And during many years, we're talking about probably 30 years, the water was going to the Rambla until it was dry, but still plenty of this hot spring water underneath actually Camposol.
Right, so it's not the only place on Camposol.
No, it's not. Actually, Sensol Hotel, actually the spa that they used to have, it was proper like hot spring water.
Oh, full of minerals and everything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Authentic.
For sure.
Okay.
And you can see, for instance, on B sector, there are areas where you can walk your dog and you're walking and suddenly you are in a place where it stinks. You know, it stinks like rotten eggs, something like that. You know? And it's actually because of underneath. Actually, you can see on the ground that you can see even the salt, little crystals of salt actually coming through it, because underneath, probably 1-2 meters deep, you have this thermal water. And that's why as well it was the name of El Saladillo. Sal means salt in English. Saladillo is like little salty place. It was because of the farmers, they were trying to find water, because there was no water connection in the old days, no?
Yeah, so you had to dig for it.
And they were unlucky, no, because they couldn't use this water for agriculture or for drinking, you know. So that's why they used to call it like Saladillo area. Okay.
So the farmers then went up sort of to the hills to get fresher water.
Exactly.
And
they tried to obviously to find their resources, and it was quite difficult to find it around Camposol area.
Yeah.
Okay. They have to move a little bit to the hills. That's why actually as well El Saladillo is, if you realize, is where the green line is, no, the Via Verde, which is next to the hills. It's where they used to find over there like clean water.
Clean spring water.
Exactly.
Yeah. This down by that circle, I've got to go visit. I know where it is, and if you want to know where it is, if you go, all right, here's my instructions. If you go down the road to the roundabout just before you turn over the bridge to sea, if you carry on that road, go up the hill, take the first right into the woods, and then walk away from Camposol through the woods. And there's a lane, isn't there? But it's not very. I don't think it's drivable anymore. But there's a lane, and it's up there, and it's quite. I've seen the pictures of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's fascinating. That's on our doorstep.
Oh yeah,
and that's
for
like,
sure.
And the geology is obviously, it didn't stop millions of years ago. It carries on. Geology carries on,
obviously.
even to the extent where it's actually affecting some of the houses on Camposol, I believe.
Yeah, well, not only on Camposol. I mean, all around Murcia region, it's quite normal to have like small cracks on the walls and so on. And nowadays we think, oh, you know, like the quality of building is very bad or something like that. But it's because of this movement. We are continuously moving. Those are small tremors every single day. And for sure, like, you can talk with people like they are, for instance, at home one night and they hear like a boom, big boom, you know. Like, those are as well, like they are consequences of this liberation of energy from the ground.
Yeah.
As well. So it's quite normal to have cracks in the houses, small cracks.
Yeah, small cracks.
Small cracks, okay.
I was at the golf club months ago now, and it's early evening, it was busy, and there was a really loud boom. And everyone just sort of looked around, and it went outside to have a look and things. And later on, we saw on the map, I've got a little app which shows you where the earthquakes are, and it was an earthquake. It's the only one I've ever felt of that size, but it did sound. It stopped everyone talking, and that was right here on Camposol.
Sure.
I think the epicenter was just by the pig farm over there, about a kilometre over that way.
I mean, they are continuously, as I say, like every single day, no? But we don't feel it. You know, like sometimes they are stronger, and you can feel actually this tremor. It's not a proper earthquake, you know. It's just a boom, okay. But it's part of life. I mean, it's for me, it's absolutely normal. You know, I've been feeling this all my life. You know, so I know that these booms or something moving is part of life. You know.
Yeah, geology is something I've always been fascinated with, and I've noticed since I've been here, the mountains. There are different colours of mountains.
Yes,
some white ones. Is that limestone?
Yes.
And then some darker ones as well.
Exactly. Basically, because it's a mix of different materials. I think about many years ago, millions of years ago, when these tectonic plates, actually there is a big crash between Europe and Africa. This is where the plate I was mentioning before about the Alborán Sea plate is created. You know, it's like a crack on cracks, basically.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And basically, Spain is going to move to west. Well, not Spain. The Iberian Peninsula is going to move to west. This means like Portugal area is going to sink, and all the Mediterranean coast is going to rise. So this means like all this area we were under the sea level. That's why like this white color or this yellow color of the soil and very poor quality of the soil, no, for agriculture as well. And you can find as well fossils, plenty of fossils from the sea life, you know, and you can find plenty of them on this area because of this reason as well. But this is on top. Underneath, you have plenty of areas where, for instance, Camposol is not an exception. Underneath, you have volcanic materials. The same as, for instance, in Mazarrón mining, it was because of the volcanic materials. No, like that's why you have the mining over there.
Right, because with minerals and things like they all congregate, get dissolved into liquids and congregate in sort of volcanic areas.
Exactly.
With the heat and the pressures and whatever else, they all sort of form areas, and hotspots are like there's another Portman, I think it's another one, isn't it? Just down the road from Cartagena. The other side is it Portman. The other place there's Mazarrón, Portman, and then it goes on to La Manga. But you can see the hills, and the colours of the hills is just the stuff they don't use. But you transfer that. There's also Colina Rocca, Red Hill, and all the red stones around that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fascinating to see the difference and just think, I've been here 7 years.
Basically, the red color is about the Colina Roja, no, the red hill. Then basically, these soils have a red color because of the iron.
Right. Okay.
Okay, because it contains some kind of iron over there. But actually, Mazarrón mines, part of the mines they were as well, is excavating iron, and Almagro, which is a different material. Okay, Alumbre as well, which is for making aluminium and so on. Okay. And it is a mix of plenty of materials, of plenty of minerals. Okay, so underneath the Camposol, there is as well there is lava. There are hot points actually because there is a small area which is still very hot.
And it's just a crack there where the water's coming up and
exactly.
Steam's coming out, smelling not very nice.
Yes.
It's so active, isn't it?
Yeah. It's still alive. Everything is still alive.
It's still alive, yeah. I know this is happening over millions and millions of years.
Correct.
Yeah. So every time we hear a little rumble, then we may have moved a millimetre further away or further to as you shorten your journey. That's it for today. Thank you very much, Antonio.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure, mate. Lovely talking to you. And thank you very much for watching as well. We'll see you all next time, same time, here on Camposol TV with Camposol Through Time. Bye-bye.